I'm Melissa Andrews here at the St. Jude Dream Home for this year. It is a gorgeous build, and inside Chris Vickers and Mike White, the owner of Buckeye Real Estate Group, who built this house once again during a pandemic and a lumber shortage, all cost-free, with all of the money going toward St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. It is worth $400,000, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. It's got a nice, beautiful covered porch outside the back. And then also we're going to be talking about this 2021 Honda Civic. It is locked right now, so we would like to get inside and show you, but we will be doing that in a little bit. And hey, what a great reason to keep you around, right? But the reason that we're doing this here today is to raise funds for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's a very special place in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was opened by Toledo's own Danny Thomas, who had a wish that no child or family would ever have to suffer from childhood cancer, which could not be cured. And back when he opened the hospital in 1962, the survival rate was about 20%. But because of your help over all of these years with projects like this, we've gotten to an 80% survival rate. So what you are doing here by reserving your ticket at dreamhome.org tonight is very, very important work. And this hospital is a very special place to a lot of families who've spent time there recovering for years upon years. And it's made not to feel like a hospital. And I'm going to bring in Chris Vickers. We were going to go during just before the pandemic hit last year, and that was going to be my first trip to St. Jude. You've explained this is such a very special, life-changing place. Mike White has described it as that. Just tell people what this place is like, and maybe if they're kind of hesitant to reserve that ticket, maybe you can convince them with what a special place this is for families, Chris.
Melissa, it is a place of hope, and I cannot describe that enough. Such a place of gratitude, and I think that does stem right back to Danny Thomas, Toledo's own Danny Thomas, and his goal, his very lofty goal that people told him was impossible, and it was to defeat childhood cancer. And as you mentioned, Melissa, we are well on the way to that, from 80% survival rate now. When the hospital was opened, it was 20% back then. Now, nobody ever wants their child to be treated at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, but for patient David and his grandfather, there's no place they would rather be when David was diagnosed with cancer. Now, David did make it through his treatment, and he had a chance to celebrate with those that helped him along his way.
Big deal today.
Very big deal.
Having a child with a life-threatening disease, suddenly that became really the only priority. And I have to say that I could have never imagined a place like St. Jude. The people are just incredibly genuine and competent and caring and loving. This is one really special place. And David's had some rough times, but I don't see how it could possibly have worked out any better.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Our patients have the cutest S-M-I-L-E. Our patients have the sweetest H-E-A-R-T. Oh, we love to see you every day, but now's the time we get to say, pack up your bags, get out the door, you don't get chemo anymore. Woo!
You don't want to leave, but then again, we're all happy that we are.
You are a sweet, sweet boy.
I'm just so very thankful that this is where we arrived, you know, and where his illness was addressed, because St. Jude is like just about a half step below heaven.
We're gonna miss you, though.
Amazing kiddo.
Well, that is just truly incredible, and it is proof that when Danny Thomas was going to open St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, he was told, Melissa, that it was impossible. He was told that it was a task that would break his heart, but the success is out there today. And I love when they celebrate those no mo chemo parties, and you can see the smiles in all the kids' faces.
Well, not only have so many lives been saved, Chris, but to hear that dad say that St. Jude is just one step below heaven, and the care and the love that these children and families feel. Not only did Danny Thomas save lives and still continues to, but with such sensitivity as well.
And no doubt about that. So much emotion involved in this. And coming up at 6, Melissa, we hear the statistics, right? 80% of kids survive pediatric cancer. I sat down with one mom that actually works for St. Jude. She had a child that diagnosed with cancer, and for her, her child was 1 in the 20%. I'll share a very heartfelt story about that coming up at 6. But of course, right now, it's your opportunity to support our St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway. You call right now, 1-800-831-7061. You get your ticket to win a beautiful dream home and, of course, fulfill that mission of Danny Thomas. We'll send it back to Jeff at the studio.
I'll tell you what, Chris, the one thing you have brought up to us, and you just pointed out there, the 80% survival rate, but when St. Jude Children's Research Hospital started, those numbers weren't that good. In fact, that money that we're talking about today has gone into research and has gone into making those numbers staggering better.
It's truly incredible. It is life-changing for some, and it is their support system when their world is broken by a diagnosis of your child has cancer. And we certainly want to get to a point where, Jeff, we don't hear that ever again in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We'll get to that.